Hello, everyone. A truck loaded with gas cylinders crashed into a stopped bus and exploded violently, creating a terrifying scene as flames and debris spread across the highway. Watching the electric bike battery explode like this is terrifying, and just a few seconds slower could have ended in a much worse tragedy. A loose tire came flying straight toward him, and only a perfectly timed head movement kept this man safe from serious injury.
Oh my!
One engine failure turned this airshow practice into a life-or-death moment, as the pilot had only seconds to eject before the fighter jet became a giant fireball.
It's on fire! Oh my god!
Sparks flew from this cargo plane after an engine failure just after takeoff. But luckily, it made a safe emergency landing at Miami International Airport.
Holy shit. I hope they're okay. I wonder if they're doing an emergency. Oh.
This quick U-turn probably saved him, as wild elephants in Khao Yai National Park can become extremely dangerous if they feel threatened. Massive rockfalls in the Tsuntinsky district, Russia, turned the road into a dangerous field of debris, as huge stones and loose earth crashed down from the mountainside. This powerful storm in Jinan, China, turned the city into a disaster scene as strong winds destroyed roofs and tossed debris everywhere. The force of the Palisades fire in Malibu, California was unbelievable, sending flames and smoke across the backyard and leaving destruction everywhere. Strong winds in Thailand knocked down a huge billboard, and only the driver's perfectly timed movement saved the family's car from being crushed. One second later, and this could have ended very differently, but luckily he reacted fast enough to avoid the collapsing steel gate. The weight of the logs may have made the truck impossible to stop, causing it to reverse uncontrollably and hit multiple cars. Strong winds from the tornado ripped across Inner Mongolia, China, damaging about 100 yurts and leaving residents shocked by the sudden destruction. The boat was swept away by strong floodwaters while carrying an 18-wheel truck across the Mekong River near the Thailand-Myanmar border. Thankfully, everyone on board survived safely. Curiosity pulled them closer to the waves, but one powerful crash was enough to remind them that the sea should never be underestimated. One minute everything was still, and the next, the tornado ripped through and left the entire area in ruins. It may look like a lightning strike, but this dramatic explosion was actually caused by an underwater blasting operation carried out in Finland. This is what nature looks like in Hawaii when a volcano awakens. Glowing lava, smoke, and the earth literally reshaping itself.
刻拨打电话到110，请注意。
After heavy rainfall in Turkey, overflowing streams turned into violent floodwaters, powerful enough to collapse this iron bridge in just moments. In Terry Garhwal, India, intense rainfall triggered devastating floods that swept away houses, shops, and buildings within moments. The collapsing slope created instant chaos, and fear pushed everyone nearby to run as far away as possible from the landslide. A dangerous rockslide in Vietnam forced an urgent evacuation as huge sections of the mountainside began collapsing near homes below. The barge was carrying bricks and had just stopped for fuel in Vietnam when it suddenly lost balance and overturned in a terrifying instant. Things on the road can change in an instant and in ways no one expects, so staying alert and calm is the best way to stay safe. The train derailed unexpectedly in Indonesia, creating a frightening scene as the cars tilted off the tracks and dust filled the air. A disaster nearly happened, but luckily the child reacted quickly and ran to safety just before the crane came crashing down.
Oh, shit! धीरे-धीरे इनको वॉक कराएंगे। अभी आ गया, ले लो। ले पीछे।
Panic erupted when an angry elephant charged after the safari vehicle, forcing the tourists to speed away as fast as they could. Chaos broke out at a kebab shop when the ceiling suddenly caved in, but thankfully, the employees managed to escape outside in the nick of time. Just a normal quiet day with the cats, until a three-wheeler suddenly crashes through the front like an uninvited guest.
Oh, I see smoke coming out of the windows. Whoa!
Oh, you can feel the floor vibrate.
Yeah, feel the building move.
Wow.
Whoa!
The fish weren't jumping for fun. In Greece, this unusual behavior is often a survival instinct when predators force them toward the surface.
Oh God.
After losing control, a U.S. Apache helicopter crashed onto a snow-covered mountainside in Afghanistan. But fortunately, both pilots on board survived the accident. A terrifying moment unfolded when the helicopter suddenly lost control and began spinning violently on the ground, sending dust and debris flying across the area.
¿Qué ha pasado?
Just a few inches saved the day, but this moment was still incredibly frightening to watch. Everything unfolded in seconds when the tram derailed and crashed into a building, but luckily, no one nearby was hurt.
Porca puttana. How is right?
Like a raging tsunami, Typhoon Feng Wang sent enormous waves crashing into the Philippines, towering above nearby homes. Standing too close while watching a race is dangerous, because a car can come racing towards you faster than you can react. Terrifying moment as a plane suddenly lost control on the runway and veered off into the dirt, kicking up a massive cloud of dust. Heavy rain weakened the soil and brought down a huge tree, which explains why large trees are trimmed ahead of extreme weather. Heavy flooding triggered a massive rock slide in Switzerland, sending huge boulders crashing down the mountainside in a terrifying scene. violent winds tore through a Kentucky backyard during a storm under a tornado warning, sending objects and debris flying.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
A powerful avalanche suddenly rushed down the slope, but thankfully, the skiers managed to survive the terrifying moment. Heavy rain and severe flooding damaged the diversion channel at a dam under construction in Colombia, eventually causing the entire structure to collapse.
Como se hundió el Titanic, vea. No lo volvieron a ver. Ese era vertedero, feo.
Look at that!
This strange glowing object wasn't an alien sighting at all. It was a Chinese rocket launch, and the bright jellyfish-like shape came from illuminated exhaust gases.
Laka,
Umilaw siya.
ano yan? Baka airplane. Hindi bala.
Ipapapalitan na naman sa Tarlac sa ano.
Ay, aeroplano siya, Gar. Malaki.
Tignan mo na.
This phenomenon is called an ice shove, when strong winds, pressure, and shifting temperatures force massive sheets of ice to pile up and push violently onto land. If you get caught in a whirlpool like this, don't panic. Stay calm, save your energy, and swim sideways instead of fighting directly against the current. The sudden shaking from the earthquake left no time to react, turning comfort into panic within seconds. A terrifying moment in Myanmar as the earthquake struck, causing part of the temple to collapse and sending dust into the air within seconds. Sometimes survival comes down to inches, and this dramatic near collision proved just how lucky both crews were that day. Thanks for watching till the end. Hit subscribe so you're always the first to catch new videos. See you in the next one.